ladies and gentlemen, to this event, a groundbreaking event in the history of East Africa, the history of UBC, the history of the Border Breakers project. Today, we are going to be taking into a great account, and that is, of course, launching the Border Breakers Innovation Festival. The events happening today are basically preamble to the main events that will be happening in the month of December from the 12th to the 15th this particular year. There is a lot that is going to be showcased from the cultures of the East African people, from the products that come our way from the agricultural produce, and as well the unity that we do exhibit as East Africans. Do you love it being an East African? Well, I love who I am as an East African. And hey, you're very welcome to this event today. A lot is going to be tackled today. And of course, as you raise your eyes to the platform higher than we are, there is quite a number of dignitaries that will be sharing with us special messages in line with what their dockets are in this whole event that brings us to this day. So in case you have a camera, in case you have anything that can take images or perhaps record, make sure it's ready. So come that time, you will be able to get down into history as one of those that captured history in the making. Music it is. Nava Gray playing. And of course, we have her as well in our presence today. My name is Kent, and of course, I am one of those that people often listen to on the radio or perhaps watch on TV, like is the case right now. You're very welcome. A good morning, and feel at home in this particular place. Now, as we do get along, we shall be getting to hear from quite a number of our dignitaries. And of course, we shall be finding out special attributes of what they do in as far as this projection, as well as the festival that we are looking forth to celebrate come the month of December, but as well looking forward to launch this particular day. We shall be having free camps come December, that is medical camp, and people like my producer will have to be getting down for a medical check of sorts. It will be free, all courtesy of the Border Breakers. We'll also be getting into the expos, the exhibitions, and showcasing what we have. So just in case, are you ready for that? In case you're not, get yourself ready. I will ask us to humble ourselves, so we start with a prayer. Are we humbled? Almighty God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this time. We thank you for this opportunity. We are here for a big cause, the Border Breakers Innovation Festival launch. We pray for success on this day. We pray for success going forward. And we pray for success as we leave this place. Even for that we are benchmarking for December, from the 12th to the 15th, 2024, we lay into your custody, our Father. May your will be done, and may your will be done just the way you wish it upon us. This we pray in your mighty name. Amen. I did not get enough of the amens, but it's okay. Now, interestingly, this is an event so different from the usual because maybe perhaps music is not so much booming, and we are not going to be shaking so much. That is the dancing. But of course, as we get along, we'll be finding out, and often when the start gets done, the rest begins to flow. Now, in our midst, because I do not want to introduce my panel already in one go, I will be introducing them one by one so that the enthusiasm to know them keeps on growing in us. Isn't it better that way? I can see the nods coming through. Well, in our presence here today, we have the project coordinator of the Border Breakers Innovation Festival, Mr. Walter Magezi. And if I'm not mistaken, he's the readiest now and good to go. He wishes to share with us a message about this that has brought us here today, and perhaps what else we might not be knowing. Mr. Walter Magezi, a round of applause.
Yes, I thank you very much, Chairperson, that we have in the building. Welcome each and everyone that has taken time to receive our invite. We are here and happy because of a better cause that we are bringing to the society. East Africa at large has been having connections, collaborations. But with us breaking borders, we are bringing what we call unity through Border Breakers Innovation Festival. When I talk about unity, people get it wrongly. Some say that we are uniting already. But I can give an example. Yesterday I had a simple talk with my one of my mentors. And he was telling me that a friend of ours who stays in Kenya, who is a Ugandan, had to travel from Kenya all the way back to Uganda in order to process for his passport. And I asked, can't the Ugandan embassy in Kenya do that for us and you stay there? So we have a lot that we are looking at in terms of collaboration. When we say collaborate, innovate, elevate. That's the Border Breakers Innovation Network at large. So we call upon all of you that are here to gather with us, the stakeholders in the system that work with trade, that work in health, agriculture, technology, innovation. Every stakeholder is welcome, because this is for us to be together and to pull a better East African community that is so much understandable and that is so much well visible. Allow me take a moment of appreciating the partners that have started with us from the word go. Many people might not know them. We have La Palm Suits and Spa in Busia. La Palm Suits and Spa, the director itself, Mr. Chimurwa Wycliffe. We appreciate you very much for that tremendous sponsorship and partnership that you gave us. You believed in us when we were nobody, and right now we are going to go beyond and the border. Again, I take the pleasure to call it home here where we're being hosted right now at UBC. From the top management, the marketing team, the programs directors, everything. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for making this happen. It wouldn't have happened if UBC TV wouldn't be our official sponsor and partner at this. I conclude by saying, together as one, unity is a game and we can achieve a lot. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Walter. And I believe he deserves more than just that you've given unto him. You see, like I anticipated, when the start gets out of the way, the rest begins to flow. Because surely at that, everyone is panicking no more, and perhaps as well, other effects are worked into. We do as well have quite a very interesting panel. But hey, why am I even rushing to introduce them? Now, just to take us back a little. In the month of December, from the 12th to the 15th, 2024, the Border Breakers Innovation Festival will be happening. And it's going to be happening at the border towns of Uganda and Kenya. To be specific, Busia border. Busia border. Who has been to Busia before? You actually look like you've been there. Anyway, the theme for this festival, or the festivities, will be Unity in Innovation, Heritage in Harmony. And like I did highlight a little while earlier, there is going to be a free medical camp, free entrance to a medical camp. You can imagine how many times we are not checking ourselves out, how many times we are cautioned to screen for our health systems, to know what's happening within our lives. But hey, we do it at a cost. This time around, it will be free of charge. There's going to be cultural showcases. I mean, he might come in his cultural attire. She might come with her cultural regalia. And who else might come with whatever they have from their culture. But as well, innovation is going to be center stage. And so there will be a pitch desk for that particular cause. Anyway, that is just to take us a little ahead of what it is right now. And maybe perhaps because on our panel today, I do see Nava Gray. I first saw her the time she appeared at Tusker Project Fame. How many of you watched her? She was so much bullied by Judge Ian. Remember that? But of course, she made us proud and gave us the melodies that we still cling unto when it comes to the music industry. Well, Nava Gray is one of the directors. She actually stands out as the Border Breakers Creatives Director. I'm inviting her to the microphone to specifically share on the importance of creatives in the cross-border connections. Nava Gray, a round of applause. Superstar. Some of us wish to grow and be like her.
I see some eyes so eager to hear an a cappella or something, yeah? See your eyes? Okay, right here, it's just, we're on a serious note here. Maybe after the show, I would serenade you with something. Otherwise, I'm really thrilled to be here in a room filled with innovators, creators, and artists. It's a blessing to be here.
Wow.
You know, borders are only as strong as the walls we allow them to build in our minds. How many believe that? We're not restricted, that means. So East Africa is one vibrant tapestry woven from cultures, languages, and stories that thrive when they meet, when they collaborate, and when they innovate together. You know, so it's good because I was in Tusker Project Fame, yeah? And I wouldn't have been known if I hadn't crossed those borders to Kenya. By the time I got here, everyone knew me, but not because, you know, it's breaking the borders. So that's why I'm here. At Border Breakers, we believe in a vision where talent knows no borders, where Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and beyond unite not only through trade and policy, but through shared dreams, art, creativity, you know. Because here's the truth, a better East Africa is born when we work together, breaking down barriers and building bridges that lift us all. Everyone wants a cross-border collaboration, ain't it? It's not just a trend, it's a necessity, you know. For example, you go to a country like Kenya and you admire the roads, you know, and you want to bring that back home. But how about we collaborate and have them come through and let's, you know, restructure ourselves accordingly. So when our artists collaborate across borders, we create rhythms that touch the world. When our entrepreneurs exchange ideas, we spark innovations that redefine possibilities. When our young people connect, they sow seeds for a peaceful, prosperous East Africa. So the world is watching. We have a unique opportunity to show that East Africa is not just a region. It's a powerhouse of creativity and resilience. So let's cross those borders with purpose. Let's collaborate with passion, and let's continue to create a future that our children will be proud of, you know. Together we can achieve a better East Africa. Thank you.
Crossing borders with purpose.
Thank you.
I'm sure we heard that clearly. Crossing borders with purpose. Thank you, Nava Gray. And I want to confess, one of the songs you did and really thrills me is Sokalami. But alongside that is the one you did alongside Moongenius. You know, the way he brings his lines and how you fuse into them. Super amazing. Now, there comes a time in life when a man or a woman need to welcome a child. What am I talking about? Welcoming a child is all about that process when eventually the idea falls into the minds. They get to have a child, they conceive, and then the 9 months follow. Sometimes less, sometimes more, abnormally. We have an expert to help us understand this kind of phenomenon. And because we are attached to experts, we are indeed breaking borders. I mean, if the border was not allowing us to have such information come our way, have we not broken a border by having one of the special ones in our midst? Welcome with me, ladies and gentlemen, a specialist and an expert in the line of midwifery, that is Annette Birungi. She's from the Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Union, and my invite unto you is specifically for the breakdown of the importance of the medical camps and healthcare at the border districts. Annette Birungi, a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm called Birungi Annette. I'm the CEO or the General Secretary, Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union. That is an organization that champions the interests of nurses and midwives while at work. Our headquarters are in Mulago. The we are also going to be among the people launching the Border Breakers Innovation Festival. We are so honored and we are so grateful to see that we have been approached. Most people have launched, they get very many, they have different functions, and they don't think about health. So I want to thank you for that. You can even imagine a mother can deliver during the launch. Don't you know that? And while you are struggling to take her to the hospital, she can deliver in the vehicle. So you can imagine if you are around the nurses and midwives, what can happen? We are the solution. So I think I'm so glad. And one of the things that I want to really commend is that while you are collaborating, we need to be healthy. And right now, I'm thinking a lot. When I see around innovation, I think about how can we collaborate the nurses in Uganda and our surrounding countries. That means that network will be very strong. What can we innovate during the time when people are crossing the borders? Though you are giving us a challenge, so we have to go and think about that. I know that the nurses at the border face a lot of challenges, especially the diseases. You can imagine the first person who got COVID on the border, it should have been a nurse. Because the nurse is the first contact when you feel bad, when you're not feeling well, when you are unhealthy. That is the first person you meet. Even when you are being born, when you are born, you first meet the midwife. The midwife is the first person to see on the face. So I'm so happy that we are together with you because you know who we are. And I think on that day, what I promise, when you hear about Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union, we are in every district. Our structures are in every district. Therefore, in Busia, we have our members, and I've already alerted them that on that very day, everyone should be healthy. We are going to test to screen. We have the diseases which you can get instantly, and they will all be free. We hope that everyone will be there, and you will be rest assured of any first aid that you will need. Thank you very much. We are ready to innovate.
And so is how brief it gets when you have the right attention, whilst for the ladies, you are heavy. I mean, so brief it will be, they'll work on you, and before you know it, a new life has come to earth. Just like that. Now, I want us to turn our eyes to what is at the back side here, and help read with me, Border Breakers Innovation Festival. Let's say it again. Border Breakers Innovation Festival. Let's say it again. Border Breakers Innovation Festival. Okay, let's assume we've just come from a meal. Maybe breakfast, maybe heavy lunch. Let's say it again. Border Breakers Innovation Festival. You see, for some of us in media, and more so electronic media, our work surrounds so much of production, and to some others, it's actually fiction. So you see, when I actually cued us to do it like we are from lunch, it came out right. And you can as well see, my cameraman is happy because he had a heavy breakfast. Now, why I was taking us into reading this, that is the Border Breakers Innovation Festival, is because it's not coming from heaven. It's not alienated. It is coming unto us courtesy of the Border Breakers Innovation Network. Can we read that? Border Breakers Innovation Network. I want us to read it 7 times because 7 is my lucky number. The Border Breakers Innovation Network. That's 1. The Border Breakers Innovation Network. With energy. The Border Breakers Innovation Network. Number 4. The Border Breakers Innovation Network. Number 5. Number 6. The Border Breakers Innovation. Then number 7 in a thunderous way. The Border Breakers Innovation Network. If you think you did it well, clap for yourselves. If I were you, I wouldn't clap for you because you did not do it well. Anyway, just to let us know, in our midst are some members whose attachment to the border breakers you might need to know, perhaps. For example, in our midst, we do have, maybe perhaps when I make mention of the names, just wave for recognition. Sayan Wanyama, who is the Border Breakers Director, Health. That's the gentleman, so smart in a suit, and a simple man with a simple profile. Please come a little closer so people can know you. Come that day, they'll easily tell who it is that it was that I showed unto them, and perhaps they'll be running to you. Not a counterfeit of you. That is Mr. Sayan Wanyama, the Border Breakers Director, Health. You're very welcome. And of course, we also have in our midst Mademoiselle Andeba Elizabeth, who is the Border Breakers Executive Admin. She makes sure things happen. The invoices are signed. The partners are in place. And this workshop or this launch is a possibility. That's Madame Andeba Elizabeth, Executive Administrator at the Border Breakers Innovation Network Project. You could as well call it so. Now, the reason for our coming here is very specific, as many of you might have known. We are here to launch the festival. Yes? Are we ready for the launch? Yes. No, you're not. Let's call it off. Are we ready for the launch?
Yes.
Are we ready for the launch?
Yes.
The nice have it. In our presence is a great dignitary, and because I do not want to make mistakes when it comes to the titles, the designations, I am trying to, as much as possible, look at my script so I make no mistake. Or perhaps as well, simply skip the rest of the titles and leave it to our very own to do the honors when eventually at center stage. Our chief guest is none other than Commissioner Joshua Mutambi. He's going to be breaking down which ministry he's attached to. He's going to be breaking down everything to do with how they've worked with us to bring this to what it is, as well as see it to the future, and whatever else as chief guest. After all, who beats chief guest at a function? Commissioner Joshua Mutambi, you're very much welcome.
Thank you very much for your introduction. I'm Dr. Joshua Mutambi, a Commissioner of Processing and Marketing, Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. I'm here on behalf of the Honorable Minister of State for Trade, Honorable Wilson Mbadi, General Mbadi Mbasu, and he sends his greetings. Thank you for inviting us and to be here with you. Fellow panelists, the organizers of the event, partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, good morning.
Good morning.
The minister would have loved to be here, but because of other state duties, he has asked me to represent him. So I'm going to deliver his remarks on the launch. So on behalf of the Minister of State for Trade, Honorable General Wilson Mbadi Mbasu, and on my own behalf, it gives me great pleasure to join you all to this important event of launching the Border Breakers Innovation Festival, due to take place at Busia Border Primary School grounds, Busia District, from 12th to 15th December 2024. I want to thank the organizers of the event, the Rural Transformation Initiative Africa. This festival will bring together all the interested stakeholders with free entry to showcase potential of their creativity, innovations, cultural products, value-added products, agricultural produce, all aimed at bridging communities, celebrating cultural heritage, and driving innovation in agriculture and entrepreneurship. It also aims at enhancing cross-border trade, partnerships, and regional collaborations. The event calls upon all participants from the eastern border region with Kenya, including the Kenyans and Tanzanians, as well as we are all in the same East African Community region. Finally, it focuses on fostering business opportunities, cultural exchange, innovation, and capacities for the sustainability of entrepreneurs. Way back, the government in 2010 developed and adopted a border export zone program, originally known as the Border Market Program, to position the country and help in harnessing East African Community and COMESA markets. Government has so far established some border markets, including Busia, Ruakaka, Oraba, Katuna, Eregu, and Impondwe, and has plans to establish more at strategic border market points. 18 of them are listed to be established to promote exporting without crossing the borders, with the main objectives of reducing production and transaction costs and mitigating effects on non-tariff barriers, enhancing competitiveness of the private sector in the regional markets, especially regional policies, standards, value addition, and product development, among others, enhancing the capacity of small and medium enterprises to benefit from the existing and potential regional markets, encouraging value addition, promoting export of value addition, including the cultural products, creating employment and promoting entrepreneurial growth, and reducing incidences of discriminatory practices and non-tariff barriers encountered across the borders. The East African Community Treaty has principles, and it emphasizes on free movement of people, free movement and crossing of the products, and all others. All those are enshrined in the treaty. So with this initiative, the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives and the government is committed to supporting your initiative. I therefore call upon all stakeholders to join this festival and prepare to take advantage of such facilities in order to increase partnerships, trade, innovations, jobs, and create wealth. This is very much in line with the Uganda's Vision 2040, a transformed Ugandan society from a peasant to modern and prosperous country. It is my sincere hope that stakeholders, especially the youth, women, and people with disabilities, continue utilizing these public investments in the ESC and COMESA region, where both countries are members of the COMESA Free Trade Area, the tripartite. We have also the SADC, COMESA and ESC, that's a tripartite, and the now African Continental Free Trade Area, to further improve our trade relations and economic development within the region and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda will continue to create an enabling environment for the private sector to engage in gainful trade and investment ventures, as the government has facilitated her people through a number of initiatives such as Parish Development Model, Emioga, we have the GROW project, and other financing products, including the Small Business Recovery Fund. Let's try to explore what can be done to utilize them and also participate in these existing regional and global markets. As I conclude, Let me congratulate the chief organizer and your team for this idea, and thank the Busia District Local Government and Busia Municipal Council leadership for accepting to partner and support the initiative in hosting the Border Breakers Innovation Festival. I also want to thank UBC for also hosting this launch, and all of you who have come to witness the launch of this Border Breakers Innovation Festival. I hereby officially launch the Border Breakers Innovation Festival for God and my country.
Wow, wow, wow. We need a much heavier applaud. And you see, Commissioner, you made it look so simple, because I thought maybe we were going to do something specific. And anyway, something specific is coming up in a few. But we thank you, Commissioner. And ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed it's now official, right? If it was back in school, it would be a question tag. It's now official, isn't it? Yeah. Wonderful. So it looks like we are coming to the close of what we have in as far as the agenda for the day. But of course, we have a great, audience here with us. All are most welcome. I will not go name by name or maybe specifics by specifics, but you're all most welcome in all your categorizations. Otherwise, we do have a plan today for a Q&A. That is a question and answer segment. And I think I'll just have 2 males, 2 females, with questions as brief as 20 seconds questions or queries. 2 males, 2 females, questions that you're putting to the panel, and eventually they respond to them, and then we see what next to follow. 2 gents, please, you'll have to come to this microphone. Yes, it has to be going down into history as a question you asked on this big day when the Innovation Festival was being launched.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Border Breakers Innovation, for having us here. My name is Chisache Orona, Pageant Manager, Miss Tourism Uganda. Someone that is passionate about tourism and promoting our country as a destination. My question is about, you're building a connection between borders. Why only Kenya? Do you have plans on building it with other countries that are bordering Uganda as a nation?
Okay.
Thank you.
I think we can take the questions, and then the responses will come at once in one go. Any other query? Yes, please come through. And for the gents, I'm a little disappointed. It's the ladies that are making cause for this moment.
Good morning to you all. I would personally want to first thank our great minister for letting us making the Border Breaker Innovation officially. We are so grateful because personally, tourism, like connection, it is something that is supposed to be easy. But sometimes because of the, let me say, circumstances, sometimes things tend to be so hard for us. We are so grateful for the opportunity. I'm just here to say thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, very interesting. Where I come from, the thank you comes with currency, legal tender. Do we have any gents with a query or two? Yes, please, come through. And as well, be ready so that when it comes, you just standing by. Then, of course, that will close the Q&A session for the responses. You're very welcome, Papa.
Thank you. My name is Nathan Twino. I work with the Ministry of Internal Affairs. My question is, how did you come up with this name? Could you expand more? Could you tell us more about how you came about this name so that we know more? What is Border Breakers? What are you going to break? And okay, maybe we'll learn more from your explanation.
How I wish, Papa, you had given us how you came about, came about to be called what you're called. But it's okay. They're going to respond. You might realize on the panel there is someone that has just come through. I'll be letting you know who it is. But there was question number 2. Please make it spicy. Make it spicy. I hope it's not about how the name came through.
With all protocols observed, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian, a student from Hope Senior School, Nachirewe. My question is, as long as the Border Breakers Innovation Network is concerned, how is it going to be effective for the community of Uganda and East Africa? Thank you.
Okay. Can see this man is shaking. You need to be a man, brother. You need to be a man. I too was shaking earlier on, but it's now me shaking the shaking. Well, in our midst, as the questions get to have their responses prepared, is one of the other big personalities at Border Breakers Innovation Network. And that's none other than the Border Breakers Tourism Director, Zakia Lucky. Why am I saying, or rather emphasizing her second name, Lucky? It's because I had actually closed out anyone crossing from this side to this particular side. But how about we give her just 2 minutes, because the chief guest has already spoken, but just for the sake of, because your presence here adds a bit of, not just a bit, but a lot of importance. We need to know from you the importance of tourism in the cross-border region. Just that bit you could share with us. The microphone is just over there.
Thank you so much. A good morning to all of us. My name is Zakia Lucky, and I'm so happy to see us in big numbers regarding Border Breakers Innovation Festival. I can say it is quite exciting, especially that we are bringing together 2 regions, and this is where we'll be celebrating, cultures, diversity, and the beauty that we hold within the 2 categories. Talking about innovation, technology, inspiring young people, like the many of us between us. And yes, I can say it's really going to be impactful regarding the 2 countries. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The beauty queen seems a little nervous, but it's okay. It often happens. It often does. Well, that is just on the light side. Probably the project head, that is Walter, will be coming to take center stage to respond, and as well do help us eventually perform some sort of ritual, a ritual that will be benchmarked as evidence the launch actually happened on this day. Walter.
Yes, thank you, our moderator. The first question was why Kenya? The point is, since we are starting, we cannot manage all the borders at once. But with time as Border Breakers Innovation Network, if we have the magnitude and the teams are ready, that means we shall be saying this year, this period, we are in Uganda-Rwanda Connect, Uganda-Tanzania Connect, Uganda-Congo Connect, depending. Every East African country at the borders, we have to have their festival of innovation and the Border Breakers game. When another one was not a question, it was an appreciation of thanks, and we also appreciate you for thanking the ministry to support us. Then another one said, why the name Border Breakers? Border Breakers, the way you hear the name, breaking
Borders.
And then you hear the word border. Some other people would misspell it. They would tell me that it is these borders that we drive, and they would ask me, what kind of festival with the borders do you want to do? But the point is, as we sat with my team, the way they showed you the whole team that we have, we looked at it and we were like, cross-border generation people. And we are people, when you're crossing border, when you have chains and you want to break the chains, You have to do what? To break them freely. So now we brought it with border, then breaking as to pass through and penetrate within, because yes, we know it is there already, but now we want to break the boundary to the maximum. The way I was saying, if you want your passport and you go to Kenya, Uganda's embassy in Kenya, you quickly get your passport in Kenya because they will say he has his national ID, in East African community. You get it? It is easier for you. There are very many things that we have to look in breaking those barriers. In terms of innovation, which is so bold, technology bit of it. Now let's have the technical people of Kenya come to us easily and say we want to implement this kind of technology here in Uganda. For us, we are just a creation hub that will help these people come up with ideas. And I call you, everybody, whoever has an idea, don't be left out. Border Breakers Innovation Network is open for you, and mostly the youth. You're welcome. As long as you come to us and you show us what is visible, we shall support. We shall find a way to make it happen. Because we ourselves, we are also human. And as human, we do make mistakes here and there. But that shouldn't stop you from coming and pinning us and saying, "Nah, here, it is not all that good. Eh? We want it to be like this." Then I will see the reason as to why. We meet with all the team and we find out, let's make it better. This one was, how will it be effective to the community of East Africa? The effectiveness starts with you as a person, not with us. If you join the game to rise and cross, that we need to break the boundaries, to win together, not as you alone. This is about unity. It will come with effectiveness. The way we are seated here, when you look at us all, we are all different minds. But when we come together, we can create something. If I ask someone something about trade, you might tell me a different answer, another one might tell me a different answer. They might all be different answers. But once we synergize, we come up with something strong. So with effectiveness, we call upon each and every one to join the movement. We call more partners on board. Join us. We are free to work out together to see how to make things work. And I think those were the questions.
I'm going to ask you to pause because I also have the power right now. Just to remind you that is watching us on UBC TV, this is not a recording, it's a live event. Do you want to be a part of this event? Or perhaps you've picked interest? How about you note these numbers? I'm just going to read 2, and I'll do it once. Get a pen and a piece of paper. 0702 792 983 or 0773 458 492. They will be your entrance into the festival, which is happening December 12th to 15th this particular year. So it's basically Christmas before Christmas. Project Head, I wish to assign you the duty to perform a sort of ritual, which they will only know when they see you performing it, together with the rest of the panel that you have before you, yes, that particular side. Yes. Thereafter that, we shall be having a group photo, and hey, it will be done. We will call it a day. Not so. Project Head.
Okay.
Maybe for the explanation bit of it, because narrations are not forbidden. Often when we go to places, we have a visitor's book, by the way. As we leave, I'm not so sure whether we are all meant to sign into it. Madam Elizabeth, shall we sign into that book later? Oh, it's moving. That's wonderful. Now, the same thing happening in the visitor's book is what we are... Please, pull out your cameras, guys. Pull out your cameras. The commissioner is signing presence of, and confirmation of the launch. Oh, wow. Wow. Commissioner, use the shorter signature. I'm not so sure who else has to sign, but that is confirmation that we have launched the Border Breakers Innovation Festival today at UBC. Yeah. At that particular stage, I would actually call for a Nava Grace song to play in the background as we get ready to take a group photo. The panelists will probably stay. What is best? Producer, can the panelists come down and then the audience goes to the platform? So they are down and then for the group photo? Okay, let's have a group photo first for the panelists, and then the other will be directed as time goes by. We thank you so much for coming through. And ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're out there in your office, in your home, or whichever place it is, be it a Kafunda, we have been at the launch of the Border Breakers Innovation Festival. A big event is coming through in December from the 12th to the 15th this particular year, and it's going to be happening in Busia town at the primary grounds. That is Busia, the border town between Uganda and Kenya. If you've been there before, it's good to go. If you've not been there before, take advantage of this festival to be there. Showcasing cultural heritage, showcasing agricultural produce. There will as well be the whole bit of Ubuntu that there is between us as East Africans. So all that is going to be happening that side, as well as innovations that will be showcased on that particular day. Okay, so I don't know who is next, but all right, the panel is coming to the lower podium, and so the rest of us will be getting to the rear, but we shall have to do it fast. Make sure where you're positioning yourself, your face is captured. This is a milestone event. We want everyone to go down into history. And in case Walter does not make December happen, we shall account and say, we were there. Yes, we were there. Let's do it chap. Those that are a little taller, please let's go behind. And then those that are a little shorter can come a little up front. Yeah. Are we visible? Okay. Okay. That is the group photo of the Innovators Festival launch. That is the Border Breakers Innovation Festival launch. All these have been evidently here. They've witnessed. And in case of an affidavit, we shall simply take pictures to make sure everything is on the right course. We thank you all for being a part. And as well to you, our dear viewers, thank you for making time with UBC TV. We say we inspire Uganda, and with this we are inspiring in quite a different kind of tech, but a tech you too ought to be a part of. Of course, a little later, we'll be returning to studio for normal programming, but since it's lunchtime, allow us wish you the best of your lunch, in case you're not fasting, and perhaps the best of whatever else it is you're doing at this particular time. UBC, inspiring Uganda.